What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a hot, gas-filled day in Pete's basement. These motherfuckers, except you haven't started yet, actually.
Yeah,
He supplies the gas,
good
though.
so far.
You ain't behind the 8 ball, motherfucker.
But next to it is just as bad. Trust me.
Oh, Christ. Lewis, welcome back to
Thank
the show.
you. Thank you.
Cheeseburger, welcome. You're
you.
always here.
He never leaves.
Pretty much. Before we go into the world of Flashpoint, as was given to us this week, want to announce a couple of winners to the Cosmic Cube question. And I say winners because, well, to be fair, there were actually like 2 of you. Damian Crocker, you chimed in at about 7:45 in the morning on June 7th. What the fuck, man? Wow, like... You would download, like, the episode's up. We appreciate you liking us that much. We don't even like us that much. Wow, dude.
I barely tolerate you.
And you answered correctly. Tales of Suspense 79 did feature the first appearance of the Cosmic Cube. However, you did not answer the full question, which the rest of it was, who used it? And that was answered by our good buddy Jarhead much later on in the day, sometime toward the afternoon. And he also gave us like the entire fucking history of the Cosmic Cube, which was a little more than necessary. That was like, remember in grade school the teacher tells you just need 1 page for the essay and you write 4? I used to do shit like that. Make sure I got that A+.
You and me both.
But the Cosmic Cube was created by AIM for the Red Skull, and obviously it was probably used against Captain America.
Yeah.
One would think. So we got some free comics to send you guys. These are all comics that the Basement Boys have enjoyed. We got Buzzard #1, Skeleton Story #1, Darkwing Duck,
One of my
and
favorites.
Green Lantern 100 page spectacular.
Beautiful.
These will go to Jarhead, and these will go to Damien. So we don't keep your addresses on file, even though I'm pretty sure you guys have won before. So just send us your address again, and we'll get these books off to you at some point within your lifetime. Allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery, which is really just for us to get off our fucking asses and send them to you.
Well, when you say we, you mean you.
We, ourselves, us.
Yes, the collective we.
Yes.
Yes.
And before we actually go into Flashpoint, Lou, you have been doing a comic book podcast as well.
Yes, I have.
Is it a comic book podcast?
It's a geek podcast.
You've been cheating on Pete?
Little bit. Well, no, it's separate. We're not doing just comics. We only actually do 1 comic per episode. The show's called That's What He Said. It's me and my cohort / brother-in-law, Freddie Dahl. We do a show every Friday at 6:30. It's live. It's a radio show. You can get it at That's What He Said on Blog Talk Radio. And it's just geek information. We do stories, video games, comic books, movies. In fact, this past Friday, we just did our E3 extravaganza, all about video games that were announced at E3.
Halo 4! Why are you pushing these books at me? What is coming out for E3 these days?
Well,
I'm kind of out of the world of video games. A lot of people ask me, especially at work, oh, did you play this? Did you play this? And I'm like, I have one geekgasm that I allow myself to, and that's comic books. I can't stray further than that.
Yeah, I spread myself kind of thin.
I'll just I'll just never go to work.
Yeah. Well,
that's why I stay up till 4 every night.
Yeah, well,
God
E3 showed
bless you.
announcement trailers both for the 10th anniversary Halo original remake that they're releasing, and also for Halo 4, which is going to be handled by 343 Industries.
The big announcement was Project Cafe, the new Nintendo system, was finally announced as the Wii U, is the title of the new...
What do you call it?
It's not being called the Wii 2?
No, it's the Wii U.
And what is it?
It's basically just a Wii with the graphical power of a PS3 or an Xbox 360, plus the new controller is like a tablet.
A mini tablet, yeah. So you could view it on the controller itself, or you could play it on the TV.
One of the videos they showed had a guy, the kid was playing, then his father said, the baseball game's on. Then he switches to the baseball game.
So he can still
the
play.
kid,
And the kid is still playing
brought it
on
onto the tablet and walked away to keep playing.
Because I'm sitting here like, why the fuck would I want to play it here and here at the same time?
Exactly. Yeah.
But then again, I kind of answered my own question. Like, what if I have to go to the shitter and I don't feel like playing pause?
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Just make sure you pause to wash your fucking hands when you're done.
You wash your hands?
Oh.
I'm not an employee. I don't have to wash my hands.
Pete's careful
I'm
to
not touching
shit
the
on his
PS3
own
anymore.
hands.
You know what, Pete? For Christmas, I'm going to buy you a thing of disinfecting wipes.
Fair enough. All right, boys. World of Flashpoint. We've got Emperor Aquaman this week, Citizen Cold,
Isn't that an oxymoron?
Deathstroke and the Curse of the Ravager, and Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown.
Exciting.
It actually was. I picked up Aquaman just for the hell of it.
This guy's always
I picked up Citizen Cold because I love Captain Cold as a character. I've liked him since the
He's a good
Super Friends and the
character.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
Like that's he was just an awesome character then.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
Should do that. Have like commentary like, meanwhile, back at Pete's basement. Have a little trouble alert whenever Ramon's gonna like blow one out and fucking little buzzer starts going off. What? These are actually who brought these? Because I only got Citizen Cold and Aquaman because I'm not buying the entire fucking Flashpoint.
Oh,
run.
when in doubt, look to Ramon.
It's usually you, but you actually picked up.
Well, actually, I got it from Matthew Gates.
Okay.
He's reading them all.
Oh, so are you partaking before?
I'm reading all of them.
Are you like his drug deal? Like you sample the
I
fucking
am
yay
exactly.
before you even
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got him hooked right into these. So DC
Comics are more addicting than crack.
Yes. More expensive.
And well, maybe I guess.
You know what the thing is about like Elseworld stuff? At least for me, it's like I got so enthused with this whole Emperor Aquaman story. Like I want to know more about it, and the faster that I want to learn, the faster the shit's over. Like all of a sudden, you're not in that world anymore. It's over. It's done with. And meanwhile, I want to I can't wait to know what happens between this dude and who's the guy? Geoforce, I think is King Brian of England or whatever. I don't know where I pull that fucking name out of. I'm not good with DC, man. That was a stroke of luck.
He's the brother of the chick.
Of Terra, yeah.
Terra, yeah.
And now he's got. Aquaman has Geoforce in like this weird like laser beam containment unit.
He's using him as a weapon.
Channeling his powers to fucking sink continents, which is actually pretty goddamn cool.
He's trying to take
So
down
he's
the
basically
Amazons.
actually becoming
Because they killed Mira
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
basically in this comic book. Aquaman is not a pussy.
No, he's not.
Actually, yeah. For the first time, he's kind of badass.
Yeah.
About time.
Now you guys have read this. I want to know: is there anybody else out there, or do you guys think that maybe his brother is just a little bit of a snake in the grass?
He's always been a snake in the
Oh,
grass, so I expect him
absolutely.
to be a snake in the grass in this too.
Yeah, he's something
Sooner rather than later.
There's grass underwater.
There is grass underwater, man. It's called kelp.
Thank you, Mr.
Got ya.
Jacques Cousteau.
You're welcome. You ever notice Jacques never went into the water?
Yeah, he always sent his little man in.
Yeah, Jacques just kicked his fucking son over the side and like, well, I shall remain safely on deck and see that the croissants do not get too overdone.
That just came out of left field.
Just saying.
It just took a left turn to batshit crazy. All right.
Citizen Cold basically just puts Captain Cold in the place of the Flash. He's got all the same rogues. He kills Mr. Freeze in this, which is kind of cool.
He kills villains.
Yeah, the Mr. Freeze battle is kind of cool. Mr. Freeze running away with the spider legs head first.
Yeah, that was really weird. What cartoon did you say they took that
I think
out of?
from Batman Beyond.
Okay.
Yes, it was from the. That was a good
That would
episode.
make sense.
I like the fact that they just chose like randomly, like, or maybe not so random, but like Mr. Freeze specifically,
Yeah.
like to kind of establish Captain Cold as like the Iceman of the fucking crew, you know?
Which is ballsy.
Yeah, it's like his freeze is nothing compared
Which
to
is
my
like a
cold.
big geek.
Oh,
I'm
God,
pretty
yeah.
sure geeks talk about this. Who's
Guaranteed.
better? Yeah.
I agree.
Uber geeks, you mean? Uber.
Well, as they had it in this, Mr. Freeze is all about his trying to save his
wife, yeah. And he's
whereas
just a
Captain
cold-hearted
Cold just
bastard.
Like,
He's like, I
fuck
don't give a
this,
shit.
yeah.
It's like,
I like that Wally West is working with Iris to, they're like reporters or whatever. That's a cool idea. And spoiler alert, Wally was in the wrong place at the wrong time, spying on good old Leonard Snart here. And
What a name.
that is a pretty bad. I mean, if you had a name like that, wouldn't you be a little mad?
A little.
Yeah,
Like,
probably turned into a super villain too.
Because with a name like that, you know that as a kid he was walking home to school with his underwear around his head.
Hey, fart Snart. Yeah, definitely. Kids are dicks.
I'm gonna fucking kill you all.
Deathstroke and the Curse of the Ravager. Guys, what's this about? What's going on here?
It takes place off of the Flashpoint book where, remember, he gets killed at the beginning of the Flashpoint. This actually is like, it begins before that and is the story that leads up to him getting killed.
he's looking for his daughter. He's also a pirate scavenging off the remains of Western Europe.
Okay.
Because most of his...
What is the Ravager?
His daughter. Remember his daughter's Ravager?
I thought his... Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
from
yes. You know what? I got her confused real quick with the girl that was Batgirl, and I always fucking do that.
no, she's
Cassandra Cain. I
Yeah.
always do that because that other dude was like on a level with Deathstroke. Like,
Yeah, he
her
was.
father.
Yeah.
I got that confused. Sorry.
It's a Titans that she's in, right?
Yeah.
The daughter, yeah.
Yeah, because he
Not for
that's
long.
they're his mortal
Fair enough.
enemy and shit. Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown.
I was expecting that to
Why
be
would
shit.
they bring this into Flashpoint?
but
They've been trying to get like Frankenstein and the rest of the monsters. Even in the last what was it? What was DC's last big thing? They had a little episode like Crisis. I think they had a fucking
Crisis,
thing with the
yeah.
monsters and shit running around too.
It's kind of.
didn't they do Grant
a
Morrison
bit of a
do Seven
stretch.
Creatures shit?
There was also something with I think I'm going out on a limb here, but I seem to remember something with Superman and Bizarro where they wound up like the monsters
I
were
read
fighting
that one.
Bizarro. I don't know. I don't remember where it could have been from or whatever. If you guys out there know what the fuck I could possibly be talking about,
I sure don't.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
you know the drill. Hit us up. Facebook.com/Pete's Basement. Tweet us on Twitter, you twats. And what is the pad? Like, did you tweet or did you twat? I twatted
You
the other day.
tweeted. You tweeted on Twitter.
That's dumb.
I know.
And
Twatted sounds so much
questions at
better.
Pete'sBasement.com. Feel free to let us know whatever the hell's going on in your lives. Was this good?
It was. I expected
wasn't
shit,
bad, yeah.
and it surpassed.
Captain Sweatpants is billing this as like the sleeper hit of the series.
It's
Which
just
would make sense since it's completely obscure.
fun, carefree shit. Yeah, it
It's
is.
the Universal monsters. You got a werewolf kind of guy. You've got Frankenstein. Nice one. You've got a
Monster burp.
I think you just
You
shorted out
might
my
be
mic.
able to give Geoforce a run for his money.
Fuck yeah.
I felt the ground shake on that one.
Yeah,
Jesus.
well, you know.
The most of this issue is a setup issue. It takes place in the 40s, around Nazi times.
I love the Nazis. Everywhere you go,
That's
fuck
all
you,
right,
Nazis.
everybody.
They are
Say
Nazi
out
time.
Villains.
Oh, it's sarcastic. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Everyone loves to see a Nazi get killed.
Very true.
That's true. That is true.
You know, one thing I do like about all of these books is they're only 3 issues.
Yeah.
Like it makes collecting things a lot easier.
Oh, they're
And
all leading up to the reboot in September.
Thank
Oh,
God.
God.
And you know what? I'm
need to get your thoughts
really
on the
pissed
reboot.
off about the whole fucking Action Comics and Superman and
Comics,
Detective all
Batman,
starting
yeah.
at number 1. That's ridiculous.
It's not going to last. You know they're going to start out at number 1, and,
Right, and that's why
5
it's
months later
ridiculous.
they're going to go back to the
The
same.
original
right,
numbering.
yeah.
That's why it's stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that it's not going to last. So why even bother fucking why the fuck open your mouths?
They want to get the 5 people who don't know that that's going on.
Right.
Right.
Marvel's stepping in now. They're going to cancel Uncanny X-Men.
That's ridiculous.
That's
why are they canceling
out of
Uncanny?
all of them, Uncanny.
When they did the same shit to Fantastic Four,
I know,
Right.
which was
Well,
insane.
which is the
like,
two
So we're gonna have
longest
this
running books.
UX. That's gonna be the title of the new book.
You men.
What is the Fantastic Four called? The
FF.
Freedom Foundation.
Freedom Foundation.
Future Foundation.
Future,
Fuck,
whatever.
Still stupid.
That's even
you.
worse than Freedom Foundation.
I don't care if the story's good. I know you guys are interested in it. I kind of lost interest after a while, but yes, the condensation is all over the table.
Condensation.
But what I did want to bring up, as far as like collecting these books and everything go, and your collection is actually bigger than mine, so I waited for
Whoa.
you for this question. Yeah, you think I'm bad? He's bad.
I'll leave that
Because
alone.
I was trying to, clean up and sort through my books the other day, and it is a trying process.
Oh my God. I just did mine like
you
a
need
week
to take
ago.
a day off or so.
A day.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and at what point, like, do you say, like, okay, I gotta clean this shit out and I gotta go through and see what, like, I don't fucking need House of M anymore, Like, I barely needed it then.
Yeah.
And, like,
What you mean?
at what point does it stop being collecting and go to, and I dare use the word hoarding?
Yeah.
Because I'm up to
I know the
something like
feeling.
30 plus boxes, the long boxes that
Jesus.
stack.
Yeah, I'm up
And it-
against that, yeah.
And, I'm wondering, like, these things are supposed to stack 5 high.
Yeah.
And not that I have room for 6 high anyway, because I have pictures lining the wall. But regardless, like, even if I did get to that point, I'm like, what the fuck, I don't
no,
want to need a
it's
step
rough.
got to get to the boxes.
Dude, I only have
some-
7 boxes, and I have to go through my shit and get rid of a bunch of stuff.
It's sick.
I've got to hide them in the attic. I've got them all over my house. I've got small boxes hidden in little places. And
And I'm
you gotta
fucking
have a
anal
house.
retentive. I need
No
my shit
apartment
in
for
one
found book
place.
collectors.
Yeah.
I need the whole collection in one place. A lot of people have been asking for, like, a little YouTube tour of the basement and everything. And honestly, this is the only part of the basement that's organized, guys.
And presentable.
I promise you, as
Organized.
soon as the rest
Yeah.
of it is done
Organized.
and complete, You will see it all. You will see the collection. You will see the rest of the basement.
You will
I have
see
no
Pete's dirty
problem
laundry.
showing off. But I
We'll
mean,
see
like,
a pizza he ate 5 years ago.
how do you choose what to collect, what to keep, and what not to? Like, where do you know? Is it sentimental value? How do you guys?
It's both. I'm keeping freaking old Image with Rob Liefeld drawing just because that's what I collected when I was 12 years
I
old.
feel bad for you.
What
man.
fuck brought him up for?
Sorry, no, I hate him too. We all know I hate Rob Liefeld. He is my nemesis.
He's gotten better. He still sucks.
Yeah,
but
because he's not
gotten
drawing pouches anymore.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're coming.
Yeah, well, at least not with Hawk and Dove. He at least
probably took
got
an
2
anatomy
characters.
The villain on that.
Why does he have to? He gets paid $1 million a cover, and why does he like? Fuck! Why do I gotta take a class?
Does
I'm
he
fucking
really?
great.
That's ridiculous.
Seriously?
He's when I was an intern at Marvel, and they were paying him $1 million to do a cover.
That's
Wow.
terrible.
That's crazy.
So-
But then again, that was back when comic books were actually making money.
No, this
they
is
could
true.
never
This
pay
is
him that
true.
kind of money now. Not even Jim Lee would get that kind of money.
Fuck Jim Lee.
I definitely have to clean up
I
my
like Jim
collection.
Lee.
I love Jim Lee.
Fuck him.
And I want to bring up one other
Fuck
concept.
him.
Wow. Why do you want to fuck him so bad?
Because he sat behind a desk like a bitch. Best artist in the industry ever.
He's
And
doing Justice League now.
Oh, fuck that. He's gonna do it for
Can I
6
ask a
issues
question?
and fucking split.
Can I ask a
Do it
question?
in a sensitive cover that costs $200 and then fucking split again and be fucking.
You have the
fuck
same
him.
argument for Jim Lee that I have about J. Scott Campbell, so how come women aren't punching you in the face?
That's what I'm saying.
Call up Jess and get her down here.
Jess could hit me and then some.
Both hands accounted for.
We call that foreplay here on Pete's Basement.
Shit. So, you know, back to the collection for one quick second. You know, how do you judge what you like the most? And for me, I keep certain shit in separate boxes. I have a box for Amazing Spider-Man. I have
box?
a box for 3 boxes.
That's
I
my
have a box
X-Men
for my
collection.
CGC stuff. I have a box for my other, like, kind of expensive and older shit, like let's say, 1960s, you know, like 69 and down. It's
Yeah.
in a totally separate box, so it's not sitting there getting thumbed through when I have to sort everything else. I don't want those books getting damaged. And this brings me to a website that I want to share with you guys that I sent to all you fucks, and practically nobody responded. Maybe 1 or 2 people responded. But this website was designed by a friend of mine. It's called theburninghouse.com.
I did look at that.
Oh, I saw that.
This is actually a pretty cool site wherein it invites you, the viewer, to send in your own picture and of the shit that you would grab in a heartbeat if your house was burning down. Like, you know, just whatever fucking say. You got 3 minutes, basically. Just have the shit ready, take a picture, describe it real quick. Like, I have a box of just my CGC books that I know I gotta grab that motherfucker before anything else and get out of the house. Even before the rest of the Spider-Man collection, that box has to come with me.
Yeah, because you'll be able to build a brand new house with that box.
Exactly.
Fair
So I
enough.
invite you guys to check out theburninghouse.com and, you know, feel free to submit.
can tell you right now,
we're
it
all
wouldn't even
nerds.
be
We
my
all like
comic
to
book
show off
collection.
this kind of shit.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
would be my guitars.
You get to save a whole box.
A lot of people have their guitars. Some people have their little kittens and stuff. It's cool.
You get to save a whole box with this.
Yes. And,
All
you know,
right,
whatever
fair
else.
enough.
Like, I'd probably take my black belt, maybe a sword or 2, just in case people try to steal my shit while I'm standing there watching my house burn. Yeah, whatever.
Hey.
Archie Comics' new Mega Man series. This is
Dude.
so good. It's awesome.
He's glowing.
I am so happy with this. I'm reading this, and I actually found myself saying for the very first time in all of comicdom, why don't they stretch this story out further?
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this. This first story arc is 4 issues, and if anybody knows Mega Man, you got to go through the 6 original Robot Masters, and then the 4 or 5 levels of Wily's Castle,
And then all
which
of them
were
again.
a bitch.
And then you have to fight all the bosses again.
I found myself really saying, why don't they devote 1 issue, or maybe 1 issue to 2 Robot Masters, or at least just 1. I just want, like, Gutsman was in this one. I expected, like, issue 3
Which is always the one I always fought first, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I always went, as far as the original series, I always went after Cutman first.
Fair enough.
And,
fair enough.
like, he went through Cutman in, like, 2 pages. I was really looking
Yeah.
forward
Yeah.
to, like, Mega Man's first encounter with Big Eye, because that motherfucker would get me every time.
He was tough. He was tough.
He was like, how the fuck did you even fight him? Like, you had to hit him with like 100 little Mega Buster shots. And this ain't fucking Mega Man X where you had to, you could charge the motherfucker. You were just hitting little pellets going at him. Little fucking yellow Tic Tacs you're hitting these guys with.
Yellow Tic Tacs.
But this series is so good.
They're only 1.5 calories, you know.
Yes, I know. The artwork is so good. The story's phenomenal.
The artwork is like the old cartoon show from the late 90s, or whenever that came out, mid to late 90s, I'm guessing. When I read this issue, I basically saw myself playing the original Nintendo game. Yeah,
that's how you feel.
That's how nostalgic this. It really takes you back. For those of you who have actually played the original.
For anyone playing it on emulators at home, this actually gives you tips on how to beat each of the villains.
It is accurate. You actually brought that up before we started filming. That the guys that you're supposed to kill first, he kills first.
Yep.
And
uses their powers
and everything
to beat the next robots.
The Guts Puncher on Cutman. And
it's great.
Stuff.
Exactly.
I really, as far as future issues of this go, they have an entire world to look through as far as Mega Man.
Big time. I mean, how many robots have they made? Villain robots have they made in the entire series?
Give or take 8 or 9 per game.
Yeah, so you're looking at about 100 different enemies.
And then if you go into Mega Man X series, you've got a good 150 or so enemies.
And it'll be easy to do a transition too.
Oh, look,
so you can just say,
book.
I'm going to give you an upgrade, and all of a sudden, boom, he's X.
It's just so good. You have to get on this. It's that good.
It's a lot of fun.
I am looking forward to when he fights the big yellow guy that would fly across the screen and block. I always got killed by that fuck.
He was tough.
Here's an odd book that I just decided to pick up on the fly. Pun completely intended. Zenescope's Fly. I did not get the big titty cover because
Because you're not Ramon. Let's just be honest.
Zenescope is really nothing but tits and ass.
But
Pete's
classy.
I am. I went with the cover that actually looked like it had something to do with the story. And basically, this guy is getting his ass whooped in the beginning pages by
his super ex-girlfriend.
His super ex-girlfriend.
I mean, it really did look like taken straight out of the movie, My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
With a much darker twist to it.
Exactly, because let's face it, that movie was really not so good.
Yeah.
But the concept is actually really, really cool because I'm assuming this dude, spoiler alert, is his ex-wife.
Or at least ex-girlfriend, for sure.
Or at least ex-girlfriend. No, they actually show them getting married in the
That's true, you're right, they do.
Yeah.
So she's basically chosen the powers over her marriage.
And at the end of the first issue, they do it like a really cool, extra cartoony flashback.
That's why I like the juxtaposition between the dark opening where it's like really gritty looking artwork, and then they go into the flashbacks where it's almost cartoony looking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's where everything's lovely and happy and like an old XMen kind of comic.
Yeah.
Compared with the beginning opening, which is just dark.
Kind of reminded me of
beginning.
David Finch when he started doing Moon Knight.
Yeah.
The
Exactly. Yeah.
It was a very gritty, very interesting line work and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
And you find out that there's this little rich kid that always gets picked on in school, and his father is probably a drug dealer of some kind, and
or a genius like physicist or scientist,
something like that. Yeah.
Who's got money?
And he invents this drug called Fly that you inject, into yourself with a needle, and it makes you fly.
Yeah.
And obviously, over the next couple of issues, which will probably span a few years, we'll see the transition from it just making you fly to giving you actual superpowers.
Yeah.
Which obviously she has because she fucked his simple ass.
Yeah, she came in, she's like hovering, and then she throws him through, and he's all.
She throws him through a
Did you
glass
see when she was
window.
putting the glass into his skin?
Yeah.
That was fucked up. She's just taking the bits of broken glass and just putting them in his face.
Yeah, and he's already cut up to like nobody's business. So. It's a pretty
definitely a
visual.
cool issue. It's a good way to start. This is probably the first Zenescope book that I may stick with for a while. Because I'm actually done with Grimm fairy tales, myths, and legends. This story with the whole werewolf thing concluded in basically the way I thought it was going to.
And this time you did get the tits cover.
There was only tits covers. The other one was even more blatant.
Let me see.
Fucking, basically, like I said, the first 5 or 6 issues was just a cool horror movie story with these kids in a, basically like a juvie hall type of thing being hunted by a demon werewolf. I'll go with it.
As you do.
And, at the end, this girl is revealed to have superpowers, and she kills the werewolf because she controls animals, so she sticks these other wolves on her and shit. And then it's going to lead into the Dream Eater saga, which I'm done with because they fucking charged me $6 for a comic book no bigger than this.
Oh,
so
wow,
fuck that.
really?
No, this is regular price is $2.99.
Oh, okay.
But the Dream Eater Part 1 was fucking $6. Fuck you, Zenescope.
Seriously.
Wow.
So I'm done with this.
You heard it here
but
first.
The first arc was
Avoid.
good. I'm not even bothering anything further. Scratch my crotch a little bit.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, it was that. They're gonna see my fucking hand under the table. The covers with tits on it. They're gonna wonder what's going on.
Now I fucking need a shower.
Annihilators 4. I wish I was done with this in issue 1. It just,
Oh, God.
I wanted so much to like this, and I couldn't. It was just bad.
The last big crossover they had, the Thanos thing.
Yeah,
was
that's what I was
really
expecting. Something epic like that. And you get the dire rates, which are a takeoff of fucking Skrulls, which I've never even heard of. By your face, you look like you've heard of
Yeah,
them.
all the
Their
dire rates
families
were
of
from
them, yeah.
X-Men. They're a big X-Men group.
And like then they wind up fighting the Skrulls at the end. They're not even super Skrulls. The battle is over in a page.
Well, this disappoints me that Abnett and Lanning are actually writing it in this.
It was bad.
I think they're spreading themselves thin.
This girl
Probably, yeah.
fucking the
I would-
Space
I would
Knight wants to
believe- I'll
fuck
go with you on
Quasar at the end of the story. She hates him for 3 issues. Now she wants to fucking blow him.
Yeah.
Wait, Space Knight's a chick now?
One of the Space Knights was a chick.
Oh, Jesus.
And like there's this whole thing where they don't even explain what they do. The Silver Surfer is just like, we'll use our power and combine the suns together. A little bit further explanation than that, fellas, is probably necessary.
Silver Surfer's
bad.
everywhere, apparently.
Yes, he is. Like, I hate it when writers try to over-explain shit. Like, if I hear one more fucking writer mention tachyons, I'm gonna fucking punch somebody. You don't understand string theory, I barely understand it, and I'm fucking brilliant. And I won't even go as far as to try and explain it.
Quantum Leap.
So
watch
you
Quantum
say,
Leap.
yeah,
But like, ever since Watchmen, everything's tachyon this and fucking photons that. Fuck you, dude. Don't try to over-explain it, but don't under-explain it either. Don't give me that, we'll use our powers and fuse the suns together. It's like the whole thing is like the dire rates are charged by this black sun, and now the black sun is eating the Space Knight's sun, and like it's gonna fuck up somebody's fucking whole universe and
At least
shit.
the sun wasn't a talking robot.
I like Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman. I watched that shit last week.
Was he
man.
fucking
It was
Unicron?
stupid. No, I forget what it was called. It was stupid. I didn't read the books. I know the cartoon was really accurate to the comic book. I don't care. I didn't like it.
Avoid all of it is what he's saying.
Yeah, I didn't like. I know I'll get shit for that. A lot of people liked it. I don't care. You're entitled to your opinion, wrong though it may be.
short on time.
Ghost Rider .1 was basically just like a quick history of Ghost Rider. I don't know how this ties into anything Ghost Rider, because last we left Ghost Rider, he wasn't Ghost Rider, and Heaven was taken over by a group of renegade angels.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this all fits in.
It's a Fear Itself tie-in. It's beginning his entry into that.
But like the whole
like
the
Alpha
book
Flight.
ends with Johnny
Yeah.
I almost said Johnny Storm. With Johnny Blaze, like he eats these magic mushrooms, drugs from this guy who's calling himself Adam, and this like dude all dressed in black and shit. He eats these mushrooms, and then the guy tells him, "Now you just ride. You ride like the devil." And it basically just like erases the Ghost Rider from him. It's like Ghost Rider's on the back seat just trying to hold on with a seatbelt. And like it just fucking
Gets
like,
rid of the
ejects,
Ghost Rider, yeah.
And now it's going into it'll go to somebody else. And by the look of it, it's a girl in the fucking, so
course.
Great. So this will be right up Ramon's alley. It's going to be Ghost Rider.
I
with
just
tits.
don't care. How hard is it to write Ghost Rider? I feel like the best
Well,
Ghost Rider
skeleton tits,
shit
no less.
was Dan Ketch's. Like when it started,
absolutely.
issue
Dan
1.
Ketch was fucking great.
That early '90s fucking rookie series was awesome. What are you laughing at?
You're right. Now, you drive. You drive so fast, you rip the rider from your bones.
Hey?
Oh, come on.
It was really weak.
And then he's
I
like,
don't
now let the war on sin begin.
Well, you know what's going to
writer
happen?
on
He was
this?
probably hallucinating that shit, and
Yo, he was hallucinating. Look, it says it right here. Sorry to rip this out of your hand. Yo, his eyes get all swirly and shit. He's like trippy, and he's fucking like, he's having an acid trip.
wow.
Ghost Rider, the drug.
And then right at the end,
I fucking hate it when I'm this right.
Johnny Blaze is like, the rider's gone. I can feel it. He's gone. And he's like, yep, the rider's gone, you redneck loser. And the war on sin begins. He's got this fucking Magnum PI mustache.
Oh my
That's
god.
bad.
Bro code,
70s
man.
porn stash, huh?
Bros are not allowed to have mustaches, with the exception of Tom Selleck. 'Cause Tom Selleck is the man. Don't fucking look at me that way. Couldn't even keep it straight.
Wow. Okay.
XMen Legacy issue 250. Boys, is on you.
This like basically sort of continues the story that ended with
Age of X.
Age of X storyline where Legion's mind has gone crazy and
there's a
his
shot.
various personalities have come out into the real world. So
And now
there's
he's
four
like
of them.
he's part Ben 10 now, where he has a watch. We can like flip between his characters and switch his powers.
It's ridiculous, but you know what? That's kind of cool.
Is this the last issue?
It's-
You told me they're ending this issue.
No, they're ending Uncanny X-Men,
They're
which
ending
is
Uncanny,
longer.
That's right.
That's a
history.
whole nother thing.
Which is
We could do another whole show on that.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
And all the other big changes happening.
Is this a good jump-on point for anybody? Because we got a lot of letters about X-Men and like people that want to pick up X-Men and start reading X-Men and shit.
It
It's not
kind of
bad.
is, but it leaves some things like Rogue and Magneto kind of fucking around, but
They've been fucking around for a while.
Oh,
they're fucking around
freaking
again.
for years now.
Yeah.
There's always
She's like
been
getting
this-
finger cuffed by fucking Gambit and Magneto. What?
That's a special issue.
it's a very active imagination here.
That's the Japanese X-Men.
Yeah, pretty much. The hentai X-Men.
Magneto's always had a kind of thing for Rogue. I think Rogue is always the only reason she's ever really had a thing for Magneto was because he can handle
touch
her
her.
power.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When she touches him, he could fucking take it.
Because
Yeah.
Magneto's awesome and strong.
Exactly. Whereas Gambit, I'm a little bitch, so I can't take it.
Yeah,
But
Gambit is a little...
I'm a big fan of the Rogue Gambit thing. I don't know.
I
if
am
you-
too. I'm kind of
in the recent issues. Gambit was like, "Look, I know you're going through some shit. If you don't have all of me, don't have none of me." And he walked off.
I don't like Gambit.
Well,
Gambit's a
Gambit's
pussy.
trying to fucking diddle X-23 there for a while.
Oh, yeah, like that's going to
Being
happen.
all
That's a
Come
little,
on,
that's a
she'll
little
cut his
creepy.
dick off first.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting by our bedside in the last issue, fucking watching us
Well,
sleep.
no, she was a prostitute for a while, so
That's
maybe.
kind of creepy,
Well,
actually.
why did you have New Avengers in here?
I don't know.
Whose is it?
Oh, no, wait.
no.
Remember she got shot?
Yeah,
Well, Nick Fury shows up in the end to sum up the whole shit, because I'm not getting into it.
please don't.
He comes up with like the formula he found in the 50s, which is a mixture of the Infinity Formula, which he uses to keep himself alive and young, and the
That's-
Super
yeah.
Soldier Serum, all in one. So he injects her with it.
Mockingbird.
So
Mockingbird,
she's
yeah.
Yeah, because we give enough of a fuck about
So
Mockingbird.
now
she's long living and has the potential to be Captain America.
she's a cross
Or Mrs.
between, as he even says in the book, she's now a cross between Nick Fury and Captain America.
power wise.
Yeah.
That's dumb. I have a question.
There you go.
This,
That's why.
what did you call it, the Infinity Formula?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that going to turn Nick Fury white to black? Because the one scene... No, hear me out. There's one scene... Nobody's addressed this. But the one scene in the Captain America trailer that really bothers me, when they break into like this factory or whatever, you know, where the Nazi stronghold is.
Dum Dum
Captain
Dugan and
America's
everything.
running in. There's definitely Dum Dum Dugan on one side. The other guy's probably supposed to be Nick Fury without the eye patch. But now we know Nick Fury is fucking Samuel
Samuel
Jackson.
Jackson,
yeah.
So, and you know what? I don't care. If you want to tell me that the federal government has come up with a thing that you drink or whatever, inject yourself with, that
Gives you permanent blackface?
that turns you, that keeps you young and turns you black, I'm fine with that. Because the government can probably fucking do it. But just address this problem early on so the fanboys amongst us will deal with this problem accordingly.
I think-
Please.
I think
you know
it's
what
fucked up, but
you
they're
know
gonna skip that
end
part.
up being like...
They're gonna skip it.
It's
Nick Fury's gonna be
normal
his black
Captain
adopted
America,
son.
Ultimate Nick Fury. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it needs to be explained somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking
on
of the
time,
Ultimate
boys, move
Verse, nah, we'll just go. We'll just keep going. Roger. Death of Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 159. This is a fucking
was
badass
disgusting.
issue.
That was fucking crazy.
That was great.
Yo,
Good
It was
stuff.
fucking hilarious and funny and fucked up and
it was pretty much a lot of things, but this is really good. Aunt May
Pops a
fucking
cat.
May.
just blasts Electro with a fucking magnum. Where she got that gun from? Nobody's gonna
She's
know.
freaking gangster. She's
Yeah.
like,
she wasn't a pussy about it. She shot him several times.
yeah.
Like just to make
Bang,
sure.
bang, bang.
Aunt May's the kind of gal you want in a horror movie because, you know, like when they leave the motherfucker there, now Aunt May's gonna stand over and just blast him in the face.
She was
She would do
badass.
this.
It's like, guess what? Tell your mom it's not gonna be an open casket funeral, bitch. And then, like, Peter Parker's just sitting there dying. He's like apologizing to Aunt May, and all of a sudden the shadow
also
gets
got
cast
shot.
over him. And they look, and the fucking here it is, the final splash page.
Spoiler
with,
alert.
Yeah,
the
spoiler
Green
alert.
Goblin just gets up like, let's do this. This
Yeah.
I'm so enjoying this. Like,
Yeah, it's
we
good.
we give Bendis a lot of shit, but when he's on point, he's on point.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's-
And
when he's
truthfully-
good, he's good.
The majority of his run on Spider-Man, on Ultimate Spidey, he's been great.
Yeah.
He really has. There have been a
Absolutely.
few fucking dumb
Yeah,
shit
like,
issues here and there.
Yeah.
Really?
But for the most part, he's really made up for it in this. I'm curious to see, are they really going to kill Peter Parker? Probably not.
He'll be in a coma.
Everybody knows he's Spider-Man now. The whole neighborhood's
the whole
looking at him without his
fucking
mask
world,
on.
Yeah.
People are calling Aunt May like, May?
Is that
Peter's
his
Spider-Man.
I think he's Spider-Man. like,
It's like, oh, look who just caught up.
yeah, it was handled really well. Fear Itself, Spider-Man, and we have number 1 here, which I didn't actually like when I read it, but you brought up an interesting point that may actually change my tune about this.
The reason I like this series is because Fear Itself set itself up as New York, and I guess the rest of the world too, is really, they're letting the fear get to them. And this is the only series from all the Fear Itself books that seems to be actually working on that, where everybody's getting really down on themselves and the fear is really getting to them. Spider-Man himself included, where they're actually getting this terror that's like been set up since 9/11, as they're setting up in the books, where everybody is finally breaking down and losing their shit because of the fear that they're feeling. And this is the only book out of all of them that's really getting that right, I think.
I remember that from the first issue, and I complained about it because I didn't even consider that concept. Like, there's this dude who's worried, I think, about his stock options and he's going to kill himself. And there's like a whole bunch of different shit. People killing their family members.
The chick who's she's having a baby, so she's freaking out. And the guy who thinks they're going to take his house, who's ready to shoot whoever comes to his front door.
Well, the other thing that really makes sense about this is the fact that Spider-Man has always been about the community and his interaction with everything.
Exactly.
He's supposed to be the everyday Joe. He went to college. He got a real job. He was Spider-Man kind of on the side. So like, honestly, it really makes sense to put that into a Spider-Man book, even though it's not really involving him. At least, as far as I know, because I don't read this shit. But
you bring up a really good point. Like they're actually showing like the rest of the community and how it's affecting them. Because honestly, the superheroes don't look like they're afraid of shit at this point.
And on top of that, they're not going to be interacting with the community as a whole, which is mostly who they're trying to save from being affected by.
Yeah. Fear Itself has felt like a clip book. It's a commercial for the rest of the other books that are out. This is the only one that I felt is
like
actually... Yeah, exactly. That has felt like this is what they wanted to give us for Fear Itself.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to definitely pick up issue 2, and I'm going to kind of reread it with, this whole new mindset.
Fair enough.
I'm going to give it another try. Good shit. What's this Fearsome 4?
Oh, boy.
All I saw was Howard the Duck.
Fun book.
Howard the Duck is awesome. Anytime Howard's in a book.
I gotta say, my wife loves Howard the Duck. She showed me the movie, and I laughed my ass off.
The cover is deceptive. He doesn't look like this in the book.
No,
he looks
more
like realistic.
Shit in the book. Wow.
He's like this dark, gritty, realistic, fucked up
He looks like Donald on steroids.
Yeah, that's not what he looks like in the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is Marvel's answer to DC's Frankenstein. Frankenstein also shows up in this.
Of course.
God.
It's all about Howard saving his friend, the Man-Thing.
And right now, Universal is making bank off of this.
Fucking like a human, but
They've made him more. It's creepy.
He looked like he stepped out of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Of course, She-Hulk's
Wow, that's weird. I think I kind of prefer him all cartoony and shit.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And more like Rocket Raccoon.
It's a little disturbing what they made him look like.
Yeah,
they make him look like he's a trial lawyer. Because he's wearing a suit and tie with a vest and shit.
And there would be Frankenstein, yes.
And there's nothing creepier than a trial lawyer.
True, very true.
The art. It's interesting how they see like the artwork change like this.
At the end, they changed the artwork up to because they're going into a different reality.
Right. That's
is this going to be like another
That
zombies
is
issue?
yes. We're gonna have to show that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That'll give you nightmares.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Overall, good.
I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next issue to see where they go with it. It could, the end. It's the ending
still
that
plenty
defines
of
it.
time.
Plenty of time for them to fuck it up. Is basically
Which
what
Marvel
you're trying to
is
say.
used to at this point.
Yeah.
4 issues. It isn't that bad.
Last issue of Echo. Terry Moore's Echo. You were on this from Jump Street.
Jump Street, because Terry Moore's shit is just good stuff.
I bought like the
Story
first couple
driven.
of issues. It didn't
The art's good.
me enough. But
It dragged out a lot. I strongly recommend trades over single issues. And that's really
Fair
it.
enough.
anything about the plot? Like?
No. Just pick it up and read it. It drags on for 30 issues, so it's like
too much.
Pick it up and trades, and you'll love it.
Fair enough.
The Tattered Man was recommended. You actually picked this up. Yeah. Mine is still. I'm still waiting for mine to come in the mail at this point.
Oh, it's that whole Nazi shit again.
Okay.
Yay, Nazis.
You know how I ranted about last week or so about I'm sick and tired of that shit? This was pretty good.
It wasn't bad. I read it.
It was. I liked it. And
what happens with Nazis exactly?
Right, this is the Holocaust again. That shit. And Well, towards the end of it, I guess so many of them died that the spirit of vengeance comes in the rags.
Shadowy black thing?
Yeah, the rags of the dead Jews come to life and it just starts killing people. Of course, right before the fucking Americans come and rescue them and shit, but
Well,
they were rescued.
better late than never. Right?
There's a hot chick in a devil costume.
Yes.
Like that.
Actually, there's a different cover available by Amanda Connor. Which
I think I placed
like
a bid on
Amanda
that
Connor.
one.
Yeah.
And,
I'm a fan of Amanda Connor.
I won
She's
that one
fucking
on
brilliant.
eBay, so it's coming.
I've met her a couple times. I've gotten original artwork from her.
Really?
Yeah.
Real quick, Samurai's Blood from Image, issue 1 of 6, was $1.
$1.
What's this about?
Samurais.
It's very cookie cutter samurai fan.
Yeah, it is. Like almost stereotypical, like, oh, yeah.
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 Anybody like
cookie
Harry
cutter,
Carey and shit in this?
What, is it like cookie cutter like Yojimbo or like Seven Samurai type stuff, or is it like cookie
Not
cutter
as good as that.
Okay.
No.
Well, it is Image, so.
I picked it up for $1. I'm not doing number 2.
It's like some Samurai Showdown shit. Like if I look through his, am I gonna find Hamaru in here or no?
Haomaru!
There's some decapitation, but nowhere near
If
as
all
good
you
shit.
love is samurai books, maybe get it, but otherwise avoid this. It was meh.
I like the artwork. Does the interior art match the cover?
No, not at all.
No.
Fucking A.
Fuck
'Cause
it.
that would have been a selling point.
That would have been at
Yeah.
that point.
No.
Cover's beautiful.
Finally, we have just these last two I picked up on a whim. Who Are the Mystery Men? Which is like, it's almost like reading the 12 all over again.
Yeah.
Which is
Like
why I
1940s.
avoided that.
It's a 30s period piece, right?
Yeah, and it's 5 issues instead of 12, so maybe Marvel can get through this one.
No, there were 2.
Yeah, but it'll
instead
still
of
take 2 years
6.
time to get through it, though. You know how they work.
It was interesting enough. Don't buy it yet. Wait for me. I'll spend my money. I'll keep you guys posted.
And then buy the trade if you sell
And I actually wound up mentioning this a while back. Blue Water Comics produced these Wrath of the Titans books a while back, and now they have a new series called Revenge of Medusa. These basically pick up. Stop that. These basically pick up right after the original Ray Harryhausen movie, not the fucking new shit. That was dumb.
That shit was
fair enough.
crap and a half.
This
That
is-
art in this is crap and a half too.
It is crap. I mean, it's Blue Water Comics. They can't afford fucking star artists.
Like Liefeld?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, they can't afford fucking life.
It's better than Liefeld.
Anything is
Anything's
better than
better
life.
than
You know what? Some of the
I could take a shit on a
artwork
piece of
themselves
paper,
is not-
smash it together, shape it into the form of like a face, and it'll look better than Rob
From us
Liefeld.
at Pete's
Some of the
Basement,
artwork
fuck you,
isn't
Rob
bad.
Liefeld.
But the inking is not the greatest. This panel's bad. This guy just looks like he's floating. But it's acceptable enough if you're looking for something new and you were a big fan of the original Clash of the Titans, like I was. This is like one of those.
That's $3.99.
It is $3.99.
Dude,
Ouch.
seriously, did you read
That
this
hurts
shit?
me.
No, I did not. Oh god, it's a fucked up McDonald's looking shit.
It's
Oh,
a
it's McDonald's on
an
crack.
anti-McDonald's ad that they got at the back of all these
From
issues.
PETA.
From PETA. Wow. That's awesome.
About how they treat their chickens.
Roger's gonna kill us.
That's fucked up. We're gonna pop this on Facebook for you guys. Last was American Vampire. This shit was sold out at Midtown. I had to get the stupid variant cover. This was a way more awesome cover. We've told you guys before. If you're not on this, you're missing out. It's a
Yeah,
great
this is a miniseries.
so good.
Yeah, good shit.
So that just about covers us for this week, guys. Boys, thanks for being here.
You're quite welcome.
Thank
Remember
you
to
for
check
having
out
me.
what was
Thank
the
you for
site
having
again?
me.
That's what he said on Blog Talk Radio.
Check out theburninghouse.com, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Come on.
Eye of Newton, skin of frog, hair of rat, and tail of dog. I wish I knew the rest of that.
So she
That's
said.
what she said.
See you.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. Feel free to speak up.
Moving on.
You'd be on fire. You can't carry that shit.
When your adrenaline's running, you friggin' go. Fucking yeah.
Hell yeah. You have no idea. Pause a minute. You have no idea the fucking shit that I pulled when this basement was flooding and I had to get those comic book boxes off the floor. 20 plus boxes, man. That water was rising faster than fucking Ramon if you were sitting here naked.
Keep it on pause. I gotta pee.
So, speaking of one thing that, well, let's try it again. You good?
Yes.
All right.
Charms blow pops.
I'm surprised you fucking don't.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
I always do Charms
What?
Blow Pops.
Oh.
Charms Blow Pops, take one. Say from Charms. What? Pete's Basement. The more you know.
The more you know.
Which one of you, was it you or Steve that edited out my rant about not doing drugs and drinking until you get of age?
Yeah.
Was that inappropriate?
No, it was just 20 fucking
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Show. There were 2 other guys on that episode, too.
I felt it was a good public service announcement.
I left the thing about fuck the post office. But
I know, thank you.